Hi, we're here today at the St. Paul's on the Hill Community Food Bank, and we're going to be meeting the new food bank manager, Lindsey. Come on inside with me.
Hello.
Hi, Lindsey.
Welcome.
Thank you.
Come on in.
Lindsey, it's wonderful to get to spend some time with you today to get acquainted. When I was reading your background info, it became apparent that you certainly have a heart created for service to others. I'm wondering if you can remember when you first felt those stirrings of wanting to do something.
From what I remember, probably about 7 or 8.
Wow.
So it's been part of me my whole life. It stems from my parents because I was brought up by two incredible people. My mom was in hospice a lot. She volunteered for hospice, and she would always make sure we were involved in the school fundraising, jump rope for heart, bake sales, things like that. She was also a volunteer in my class, so I had that extra little push. So from there, it just kind of grew and grew and grew, and then I would say, I think 2011 or 2012, my mom was diagnosed with cancer. It was a very rare type of cancer, and then from there, that's when I just went really hard with the cancer events and donations and things like that, because she is a survivor and she's been in remission for 10 years now. Yay. And it's because of the community and the donations that allowed her to be in remission. When I decide what charity I'm going to donate to or put on a fundraiser for, it manifests from life events that have affected me. So my dad has diabetes, so I tailor towards that, and so on and so forth. I had a friend that passed away from cystic fibrosis, so I would do an event for that.
The one question that I was sort of dying to ask you here was one wish down the road for the food bank, not a goal, but just something like somebody threw a bright shiny brass ring at you and said, okay, you can do whatever you want with the food bank. Here's go for it. What would you do?
One wish I would have is to end suffering, period. So there shouldn't be anyone going hungry. There shouldn't be anyone, struggling to put food on the table for their kids, their family.
Just walking in, like fresh eyes, like as soon as you walked in the door, was there one thing you went, oh, I know what I can do with that?
I would eventually definitely like to have it open for longer hours and kind of gear it a little towards middle class, working middle class, because even they're suffering at the moment through the working poor. Yes.
Yeah. It's nice when you get a second set of eyes, and that's why you work collaboratively with people, because people have other views and they see things. You could be staring right at it
and not notice.
And not even notice it. Right?
I do have a habit of asking for other people's opinions. I want to, and same as the volunteers, they put in a lot of hard work here, and it's inspiring what they do. And to me, they deserve to be empowered. They deserve to be appreciated. So for me to just kind of go to a volunteer and say, hey, what do you think about this? And what are your ideas about this? I'll take it. And maybe it'll come to fruition, maybe it won't, but I feel that empowering the volunteers as well.
It doesn't matter where you work. If somebody says to you, Lindsey, I'd like your opinion on this. Boom, it completely changes your attitude.
Exactly. Right? It's a big job to volunteer for something like this. So.
Well, I think that's wonderful. We had a nice little chat. I'm glad I got to spend some time with you and sort of, will we see you around the church from time to time?
Yeah, from time to time, yeah.
That's great. We're outside right now at the back of the food bank, and you can probably see a lot of the food staples that are on the shelves. Food bank in St. Paul's has been around for a very long time, many reiterations, and the new and expanded version you see behind us now. Volunteers here are what keep this food bank alive. I know for a fact that lots of them have been here 10, 15, 17, 18 years as volunteers. And it's not always light work. There's lots of times when they're working in snowstorms. The people that pick up the food at the retailers are out in snow and ice. They've spent years schlepping food back and forth between the units. So it's not for the faint of heart. And a lot of the volunteers here at our food bank are on what I call the shady side of 50. And so their work is always appreciated in the many, many countless hours that they spend volunteering. So as we go forward, here we go again. And our new food bank manager, Lindsey, has some wonderful people to work with, and I know that she's just going to have an amazing time with our amazing volunteers, who we always give endless amounts of thanks to. So thanks for joining us today at the food bank, and welcoming our new food bank manager, Lindsey Morrill.